Actually, the first show that I played was the Ohio State Fair with about 20,000 people, you know, and I was extremely frightened.
Ricky Nelson earned millions as America's sweetheart, but he could not even buy his own movie ticket because his father controlled every dollar, and when Ricky asked for pocket money, he was told to walk around collecting soda bottles for spare change. And while the world saw a perfect family, the truth behind the cameras was completely different, as newly uncovered contracts showed how his parents placed him in a deal that stole his childhood and drained his future. And even that was not the darkest part, because new documents revealed what really happened in his last years before the tragic plane crash, and those details changed everything people believed about America's dream family. Ricky was born on May 8, 1940, in Teaneck, New Jersey, into a life already planned for him, and before he could crawl, his name was printed on studio papers because his father, Ozzie Nelson, had risen in big band music, and his mother, Harriet Hilliard, had performed on stage long before Ricky took his first steps, and their fame only grew when the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet began in 1944, turning them into the first real sitcom family. Ricky did not grow up with bedtime stories or normal school days because his life followed rehearsals, lighting checks and scripts marked with pencils, and before he entered preschool, Harriet trained him to breathe correctly between songs and refused to send him to school until she believed his singing was good enough. And Ricky was raised more like a product than a child, as his mother shaped his routine and his father pushed ambition into every part of his life. By age 4, he was on call sheets, and by 8, he was pushed into the sound booth to replace the child actor who once voiced him, and no one asked if he felt ready because his feelings were never part of the plan. Ricky struggled with asthma and spent more time in bed than outdoors, while watching life from behind studio lights as adults shaped everything he did. And when the show moved from radio to television in 1949, audiences saw a charming young boy, but behind the scenes, Ricky simply followed directions while the show reached 20 million listeners each week. And even though he earned $200 an episode, none of that money reached him because Ozzie kept everything and only gave him a tiny allowance while using Ricky's income to buy property, cars, and vacations. By 16, Ricky had earned $500,000, worth millions today, but still could not use any of it. And when he turned 18, most of his income went to taxes, and he still had no spending money. And once when he wanted to take a girl to the movies, he searched soda bottles for coins because that was the only way he could afford it. In 1952, the family moved to Hollywood, and the radio show became a television show, and although the living room set looked like their real one, the attention overwhelmed Ricky because he could not make friends or live normally without Ozzie watching every move, and he had no sleepovers, games, or social life without permission, and inside he began hiding his feelings, while the smiling boy on camera rarely matched the anxious boy behind the scenes who sometimes stepped away just to breathe. He became sick before scenes and shook during commercial breaks because every teen magazine cover felt like another mask he had to wear, and even when he earned $5,000 a week, he lived with only $50, while his father used his income for estates, cars, and club memberships. And by high school, Ricky pushed back gently by skipping class or failing English because he simply wanted to feel free. Music soon became the only place that felt like his own, and even though he struggled with asthma, he memorized scripts instead of resting. And when he wanted a bicycle at age 12, his parents refused because it did not fit his image. So Ricky walked everywhere while other boys rode freely, and he understood that freedom was something he was never allowed to have. Kids teased him by calling him TV boy, and although some meant it as a joke, Ricky felt it deeply because he never fit into real life or studio life. And by 16, although he had earned hundreds of thousands, he still collected bottles for coins to take a girl to the movies, and every dance and outing was controlled by Ozzie, which kept him protected but robbed him of a normal teen life. Everything changed in 1957 when he saw Elvis on television and begged to record music, and on March 26th, he recorded I Am Walking and A Teenager's Romance, and after performing them on the show, both songs exploded and turned him into a national sensation. And when he signed with Imperial Records, he gained rare creative control, and his single Bebop Baby sold massively, and his debut album reached #1, placing him among the biggest teen idols America had ever seen. Crowds became so wild that police had to pull him off stage for safety, and by the late 1950s, his songs topped charts from Traveling Man to Hello Mary. Lou and his tours filled venues around the world, and in the early 1960s, he worked non-stop, releasing 10 singles in 1 year until he collapsed during a Hawaii show, but Ozzy forced him to continue and his energy slowly faded. By 1963, he signed a 20-year contract, but the arrival of the Beatles changed the entire music world and his clean image struggled to keep up, so he tried new styles, like country rock and folk rock, and although he helped shape the California sound, he never reached his early success again. He acted in films like Rio Bravo with John Wayne and earned a Golden Globe nomination, but Hollywood rejected him for darker roles, and his acting career faded just like his music. In the 1970s, he rebuilt himself with the Stone Canyon Band, but fame kept shifting, and in 1971, he was booed at Madison Square Garden for wearing modern clothes, which inspired his hit Garden Party, where he realized he could never please everyone, and by the 1980s, he faced label problems, money issues, a difficult marriage, divorce, and a child from another relationship, and the pressure pushed him further into emotional exhaustion. He found comfort with Helen Blair in his final years, although his family did not approve, and on December 31, 1985, Ricky and Helen boarded a plane with a faulty heater that caught fire and caused the crash that ended their lives at only 45 years old, and after his death, lawsuits revealed millions in royalties he never received while alive, shocking everyone who knew how hard he struggled. Ricky Nelson lived a life admired by millions, but behind the fame was a story of control, loneliness, heartbreak, and brilliance that shaped American entertainment forever. So thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon so you never miss our latest videos.